Greece's Prime Minister has apologised following the country's deadliest railway crash, which killed 57 people. He also promised to fix long-standing infrastructure problems in the country's railway network.
The head-on collision between a passenger train and a freight train 9 days ago has sparked huge protests. Our correspondent Evangelos Ipsas reports.
I want to reiterate a public apology. That's how the Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis opened up a cabinet meeting on Thursday, promising to fix the long-standing problems that the infrastructure of the railway is facing, but also to compensate the families of those who lost their lives about a week ago in the country's deadliest crash. He said a number of priorities, with the top of the list being the transparency on the investigation, trying to bring those to justice as fast as they can, but also providing financial aid to the families who lost people during that crash. Now, the government is pledging 270 million euros into the infrastructure to renovate that dilapidated infrastructure, but also to train those who are working in the industry, but also hire more people to assist. Now, our European counterparts here in Greece with the Greek government to perhaps provide any technological information that they might have to help give the insights of changing and updating this infrastructure that has been outdated for about 20 years now. But the Greek Prime Minister said that besides the technical support that we are expecting from our counterparts from the European Union, we need more funds. We need more funds to be able to make this infrastructure happen, to make this dilapidated railway system back operational by the end of August. Now, the Greek Prime Minister said that there is no word of any elections as was scheduled for April 9th, that this now will be carried on in the weeks and months to come, at least until the investigation will be completed and those responsible will be brought to justice. Now, towards the end of that cabinet meeting, the Greek Prime Minister said that it's not only that his government is the one in fault, but there's a lot of other people are to blame.
Όλοι φταίμε. Και ας το ομολογήσουμε με θάρρος.
We are all to blame, and we should admit it with courage. From governments and administrations who for years turned a crucial project into a Sisyphean task, to guilds who prevented any assessment of trained personnel. The allocation of responsibility will be done by the justice system, quickly and to the highest possible extent.
Θα τον κάνει η δικαιοσύνη.
And as the Greek Prime Minister is pledging transparency into the investigation and bringing those to justice as fast as he can, on Thursday, we've seen new criminal charges being laid towards two new faces. The one is a manager at the Larissa train station who abandoned his post moments before the crash took place, but also the inspector of the railway network, the inspector who hired these two people and put them in place without the training that is required. Now, these two people are facing 10 years in prison or life imprisonment, and the charges that they're facing are manslaughter, negligence of causing homicide and bodily harm, but also disruption of the transport network. Now, the new transport minister, Mr. Yerapetritis, will also look over the investigation himself to make sure that those responsible will be brought to justice and the families of the victims will be able to also be compensated. He's speaking with rail workers who have faced a strike, which is expected to end on Friday. They're in discussions of how the new railway system will be back operational, when that would happen, and how the safety measures will be in place. But until that will happen and until the investigation will be completed and those people responsible will be brought to justice, more disruptions will be taking place in the Greek capital of Athens, but across the country as well.